G'day everybody, welcome to Kampala Road. Video with a slight difference. All diesels have been shunted into far-flung sidings for a short overview of this little beauty. And just excuse Paxo in the background, who is alive and well. This is the Hornby Railroad Hall class locomotive. I don't know too much about steam, but I've had this for a while, and it's this one. Get into focus. There we go. Helmingham Hall, sorry. The reason I thought I'd highlight this is I mentioned how good this locomotive was to a friend of mine, online friend of mine and fellow YouTuber, and he said, yep, this is what Hornby should be doing to encourage people to come into the hobby. It's quite a well detailed loco, it's well made. It has tender pickup, so it runs extremely well, and it's £57. So you can't go wrong with this, and it is an extremely impressive little bit of machinery. So what do you get for 57 quid? Well, a lot, quite frankly. She's DCC ready, loco drive, the decoder goes in the tender is wired to the locomotive, so you have a 12-wheel pickup loco. Runs extremely well. A lot of good detail, paintwork is lovely, you don't get metal refinements like the whistle and etc, but what you do get looks acceptable. The lining is great, the connecting rods, wheels etc look fantastic, and I'll just zoom in so you can have a closer look. So I have run her in, and what happened was she kangaroo hopped down the line, so body off immediately, as is normal with me and new locos, and when I took off the mechanism, or the cover of the mechanism, the problem was immediate, that there was absolutely no grease or oil in the gearbox or on the worm drive. Somebody had forgotten to dab it with a bit of grease, so a little bit of oil on there, and she was fine. So what we'll do is I'll move her down on the track for a better view in a better light. Right, so what we have here is the hall in the preservation area of the layout, and hopefully some better light than in the other room. So this is a close-up, and you can see how good it really is for a railroad locomotive. The Midland compound, which I have, similarly priced. I think that was under £50 at the time, but I think it's over that now, it's more like 60. All this area here was plastic work, and here this is metal, but on the Midland, as I said, it was all plastic and it showed. You'd have to do weathering to hide it. There are moulded areas like the darts, smoke box darts, but the vacuum pipes came on attached. There's lots of rivets which people seem to like, but for me the overall feel and look of it is really nice. For a railroad, it really surprised me. And the fact that it does have tender pickups really made it for me. That's important on my layout, which is not flat. So just highlighting the fact that you can see the cable down here. It's the standard Hornby plug that plugs into the tender that gives it that really good pickup ability and power from the track. I've added a crew. And I think sort of putting a crew in the cab of these locos really makes a big difference. But she's good. I'm very happy with it, and she runs well, she looks good. It's screaming out for sound, I guess. Now I don't know if there's a TTS decoder for Hall, or whether you go for the very expensive £120 decoders that are out there, which are really good, but for me I'm still struggling with that, the price of these things. I mean, you could buy 2 more of these locos for the price of 1 decoder going inside, but is that the point? Sound really does make locos come to life, don't they? So a great loco, and with the detail she has, she does stand up against her peers and the more detailed variety. one of which is crossing the screen right now, which is about £40 more expensive than this one, but no more details. Looking from a higher elevation, as I said earlier, her reversing rod is metal, not plastic, which on the Midland compound it was. The coal is good. Overall, can't complain, not for the price. So if you like Great Western locos and haven't got one of these, I would strongly suggest you get one. So, thank you Paxo. So, a few shops running to see how she goes, and I'll hook her up to a small freight train and another GWR loco running around with her as well. Now, I did have an issue, as I mentioned earlier, that the cockerel's alive, that there was no actual grease or any lubrication at all, which caused a problem for me when I first got her out of the box. So after a bit of running in and a bit of an oil, she goes okay, and just demonstrates some slow speed. She's better in forward than reverse, a little bit lumpy in reverse. Let's give her a, I was a bit quick there on the off, so let's give her another slow start. That's not too bad. But tender first, she does tend to hop a bit. And I've had this problem on a couple of locos, so whether it's endemic because of the type of motors that are used, I don't know. And just as I say that, she's already, yeah, she's a little bit jolty there. Why is it the cockerel always wakes up when I start filming? So let's get her on the track and hook her up to a freight train and see her running around the layout. See if the cockerel goes, yep, right on cue. Great looking loco, along with probably my favourite behind. So just to wrap it up, she is a great little piece of kit. I'm very impressed, and I'm not a steam fan, not with the examples I've had in recent history. So well worth the money, and as I said, she is screaming out for a bit of sound. Whether you want to pay that or not, or whether put a TTS Castle decoder in or not, I don't know. May try that, but well worth it. And I hope you enjoyed this little overview of Hornby's Railroad Helmingham Hall, which I've always got wrong. So from Uganda and Kampala, cheers for now.